Good morning or evening or night or whenever you might be watching this video. Just wanted to say hello to all you fellow DR Pro 400 chipper users. Of course, DR no longer makes the Pro 400. They make different models now. I've had this one about 4.5 years, and it's finally time to change the cutting blade inside the chipper. Well, I've never done that before, but I'm going to go through it and take you with me as we do it. This is the actual chipper blade that comes with it. I want you to see this part number because it is part 405241. And the reason I want to show you that is because since DR no longer makes the Pro 400, I found this very hard to find on their website. So I finally had to call them, and a lady helped me find the right part number. But it's a 405241 part number, and it says knife kit 11.5 chipper with shredder from Generac Power Systems. So anyway, that's the part you need, and it comes with the blade and 3 new bolts and nuts that go with the new blade. So just wanted you to know that your DR chipper may not come with a cup of coffee. Mine does today because it's wintertime and it's cold. Ah, that coffee tastes good. Also wanted to show you a little bonus. Almost every bolt and nut on this chipper is a 1/2 inch. So I'm always looking for 2 1/2 inch wrenches. You always need 2 because you get turning with one, holding with the other on the other side. So almost everything uses a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to show you a neat little trick I learned to keep these handy, because often I'm down in the woods with the chipper fairly far from my workshop, so then I have to go walking up the mountain to my workshop, get the wrenches, so I keep the wrenches on the chipper. I've also got a 7/16 inch wrench I keep on it because this is what I need when I change the oil, which I do about once a year. Anyway, that's the one. So here's my trick I want to show you. We're going to come around to the side and I'll show you what I do with that. What I did is I came around to the non-working side right down here, and as you'll look, I put a rare earth magnet right here. That has come in so handy because, and I put another one right there. I can put my wrenches there. My 1/2 inch wrenches always stay right there or up, and they do not come off with all the vibration or anything. They just stay right there. So this is right above where the battery was. But that magnet works wonders holding these wrenches in place until I need them. So just a little hint there, it might help you. The items that we're going to need for this little project to change out the chipper blade are 2 1/2 inch wrenches, a 3/16 inch Allen wrench, the actual new blade itself, a pair of gloves, and a pointed awl or some kind of pointed object. On the discharge side of the chipper, there's a screen up under here that's got to come down to give you access to hold some nuts up under there. And if I come around here to the side, I'll see right here where it says screen. So this is the one that I'm going to take out. So we'll do that next. So to drop that screen, we're going to take our 1/2 inch wrenches, one on each side, which is that bottom one, and take this nut off of here. And slide this bolt out. This bolt is long, as you can see, and there's the nylock nut that goes on the end of it. The screen that is up under here should come down. It is tight. You can see it right here. Okay, that gets it out of the way. I probably could have loosened this one to make that a little bit easier. In fact, I think I will loosen it so when I go to put it back up, it will be a little bit easier. That loosened it nicely. Okay, screen's out of the way. So now we want to come in and access this port right here. That's where the chipper blade is. Let's just loosen these 2 nuts right here so that we can take this plate off. And this plate should just slide right off of here. There we go. So, and now we've got to find the blade. So the only way I know to find the blade is to pull the cord, but there is no battery attached to it, so it should not start. And the key is turned off. Ah, there's the blade right there. That's what I'm looking for. You can tell when it needs changing because as you're feeding your branches into this thing, your wood, it starts leaving long tails on the branches, just indicating this might be a little bit dull. It doesn't feel that dull, but I'm going to change it to a new one and see how well it does. Now, it can be sharpened by a machine shop. They do warn in the book not to try to sharpen it yourself because it has to be so well balanced or something, but let a machine shop do that sharpening or buy a new blade. So now let's take the blade off. This is where the little pick comes in handy. Chances are there's debris inside the little holes the Allen wrench has to go into, so I want to get that debris out of there so my Allen wrench will fit in there. So this little awl will help in that respect, I think. It's tough in there. It's tough in there. Okay, once that's done, we can take our Allen wrench, 3/16 as I said. So we're going to come around to the inside here. And as I look up in here, I can see the bolts right up in there, the 3 nuts that hold those bolts on. So there's the plate. And there are the 3 nuts. So I'll use my 1/2-inch wrench to hold on to those while I turn the Allen wrench on the outside. Or even better yet, I may use a ratcheting 1/2-inch to turn these on the inside. So I will start with this first one and then put my wrench inside. There we go. So by holding it down by the edge, it is allowing me to keep the blade from pushing back. Okay, let's get that first one off. Okay, here's the first one. Let's go for number 2. The ratcheting makes it a little bit easier, of course. Here's number 2. Put that back together. I'm glad they do send new ones. I'm sure these are just fine to reuse, but having new ones makes it nicer too. Okay. I'm going to start swinging there, but still, I can ratchet it. May actually be easier right here. Oops, didn't quite get that one loose enough. There we go. Pull the nut off. I don't want my blade to fall. I'm not sure where that would go if it does. I'll push that out. Pull my blade out. Put that nut back together there. And here's the old blade. And interestingly, I mean, it's a little dull, but it's not chipped at all. I'll have this one resharpened, I imagine. Let's get the new one. So here's the new blade, fresh out of the package. Ooh, it is definitely sharper. That feels good there, that's sharp. And then here are the new bolts. It does ask you to check this, make sure you get a good seat on there, make sure there's no dirt or debris. So the new one can go on nice and flush and straight. That looks good. Now to put the new blade on there, I'm going to have to slip it in there. Get it ready to go. Yes, let's get a new nut on there. Put the other one in here. Get a new nut on there. And the last one should go right in here. Which it does. And on the inside, I'm putting the new nut. All we gotta do now is hold this with Allen wrench. too tight yet. I'll go back and check that. Let's do the second one. Almost tight, and the third one. That's good and tight. Let's go to number 2. Good and tight. And number 3. Okay, they're all 3 tight. So now the blade's in place. It's lined up with the chip slot and ready to cut. Can't wait to see how good this new one cuts. So now all I have to do is put the plate back on. So this plate like this, slide it up, take our 1/2 inch wrench, tighten it in place. Now we're just going to take this screen, put it back in place. But remember, I did loosen this bottom hinge bolt. The bolt is just like this one that goes all the way through. But I loosened it to make this easier to go up and down. So now let's take this up, get our guards out of the way here. And we'll look till we see the hole line up. I see a hole there. Okay, then of course go back down here, tighten this one up. Loosen it. Okay, screen's in place. Now I failed to show you the upper one, but this is the one that says screen. This is the one I just ran the bolt through and got it in place. So you can see from the other side, it's just right here, that bottom one right there. So this one was the same one right there. So now the screen's in place, the blade's in place, everything's tight. Can't wait to see how it runs. But outside is incredibly nasty today with an ice storm going on, so I'm not going to mess with it today outside. I hope you found that helpful. So I'm going to take my 2 1/2 inch wrenches that I use pretty often, bring them back around here to the other side where my magnet is, and they will stay right there. Also keep a can of WD-40. Just another hint too. Once I use the chipper and once the muffler cools down, I always spray it with WD-40 before I put it up. That helps keep it from rusting out, so it makes the muffler last a whole lot longer being out in the weather like it is. Even though it's covered, it's still in a potentially damp environment. Once you start it up next time, it takes about maybe 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes for the oil to burn off the muffler, and then it's gone. But it's just helps protect it to keep from having to replace it as soon as I might have to otherwise. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope that helps. Again, this is the DR Pro 400 that they do not sell anymore. But if you have one of these, that is how we change the chipper blade.